podcast. We got an interview with my man's Kenny Black. I'm your host, Malcolm. I'm here with my boys.
It's E, man. You already know what it is.
What up, what up?
How's it going, you two?
What's good? How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm pretty tired, not gonna lie. I've been in the studio for the past 3 days.
That's fire, though.
Dang, that's
make sure
crazy.
you're talking to your mic.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, I know you be in the studio. I know you be telling people to talk into their mic.
All day.
Nah, that shit fire, bro. So what you been working on, man? How's life been? First off, tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
I'm Kenny Black. I'm a producer out of Chicago. You can find pretty much all my beat tapes on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, etc. And yeah,
That's raw, bro.
been making beat tapes and dropping an album next week ish. Yeah, so
Okay.
July 1st.
How long have you been doing this for?
I don't know. I mean, making beats, actually putting beats on a computer and doing stuff with them. Not a long time. I would say probably 3-4 years, if that.
That is considered a long time.
Yeah,
it?
for
Bro,
sure.
people quit shit a lot now. You know what I'm saying?
And quickly, too.
And quickly. People don't really hold shit down like that anymore. Without saying any names, think of how many rappers or producers or whoever who have started and then stopped.
Oh, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, some people just pick other stuff up, but the fact that you've stayed that consistent is amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's just something I kind of just obsessed over, and it has turned into a job, not necessarily a job where I'm gaining finances from it, but it's just wild. I go to my actual job and then I come home and put in the same time
Right.
Yeah.
and effort into my
And that's
actual
the
job.
important part is, and this is where I feel like a lot of people get lost. I know a lot of creators. I even have, creative friends who kind of lose out on the aspect of putting that same amount of energy into your creations. Yes, jobs are fucking exhausted. We've all worked them. That 9-to-5 shit sucks a lot of time, unless you like what you do. But if you don't, it sucks. And it drains you to the point where a lot of times you feel like you have an excuse not to work as hard on the stuff that you really, really love, So when you have the ability to push yourself to do both, that's really a beautiful thing. And that's really where I feel like a lot of greatness is created.
And you got to be able to push past your limits, because with a job, you have the paycheck coming in. And there's security in that. There's not as much security in doing your own thing. So you gotta go hard, man.
That's
you
the
gotta
sad
go crazy.
part.
So that's facts. I actually got into a big argument with my mom about this not too long ago. Cause she was when I get a phone call while I'm recording or something, it really throws off my train of thought.
Right.
Yeah.
So I gave her this suggestion. It was all right, I get off at 3:30, so you have from 3:30 to 5:30 to contact me, do what you do, but from 5:30 to 9, my phone's on do not disturb. And she was like, I'm your mother. I should be able to talk to you whenever I want. I'm like,
Right.
You don't call me when I'm teaching.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people don't understand it. Because this is work.
It really is.
Right now, I'm sitting here and I'm podcasting. I'm sitting on a couch and I'm talking. Yes, I didn't have to punch in a time clock. I didn't have to, whatever. But this is still work. And a lot of people miss out on that. That's a lot of things that, I don't have a 9-to-5 job, but I come to the studio and I work hard as fuck all day, every day.
That's a blessing.
My mom or my friends or whoever, a lot of times think, hey, Malcolm, can you do this for me? Because they think you don't have a set schedule.
Right.
Yeah.
But because it's almost more important for me to do this shit because I don't have a set schedule, because
it is more important.
I don't know that there's going to be a paycheck at the end of this
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I sure hope there is, but you don't know that.
Yeah, that was a blessing about moving out of my parents' house, was just because I went from, outside of having my own studio, I was making beats in my bedroom.
Right.
A lot of the times. So, or, just on their own schedule, just hey, can you come help me with this? In the middle of me making
Hell
a beat.
yeah.
I can't stand that.
It's the worst shit ever, and that's why It's a blessing that we have the studio where I can come and I can do shit here. We can record the podcast here, stream here, whatever. Because parents don't be understanding.
No,
They don't get it. We used to rent a studio from a guy who had a studio, and we used to rent out his space. Bro, that shit was ass.
Really?
Bro, we was literally in the middle of a podcast. His kids running in that bitch, like
wow.
trying to play
That's
around. We're like, yo,
Hell no,
we
no.
are recording a podcast right now. Niggas coming in to talk to us and shit. I'm like, do y'all not see these cameras rolling? You don't see the lights, the mics, nigga? Like,
Oh my
you
God.
can't just come in here and stop me in the middle of my shit.
I remember this one time I was doing a show. It was like one of my first shows. It was like a house party. And like I'm literally going through my set. And I understood it was like very like up close and personal. But this dude, like I was trying to be as professional about it as I could.
Right.
This dude like comes up and like starts having a whole conversation with me while I'm in the middle of the
Man.
set. Like comes around my table. He's like, yo. I'm like,
That's wild.
I was like, get away from me.
Right. Niggas don't be understanding, like, bro, like, I feel you. Like, I want to talk to you, but I'm in the middle of some shit right now. Like,
I was in the middle of playing a
Yeah.
whole set. But
that shit is wild. People don't be understanding that because to them, podcasting, like they're on the other side of it. So podcasting is entertainment, music is entertainment, streaming video games is entertainment. So they don't really process it as a job because they only have ever been a part of music in an entertainment standpoint.
Yeah,
You're right.
that's for sure. Because like when you're in production, there's a lot of stuff that goes into production, and even the most simple things like don't talk to me while I'm in the middle of doing something.
Right.
They don't understand, and that's crazy to me.
Yeah, nah, that shit is wild, bro. That shit is wild.
no, alongside with that, just like there has been like a lack of respect for maybe even I don't know if you guys have had this, but at least for producers, there's like a lack of respect for like producers and like what they do and their craft, either being a producer or a beat maker. I feel like being a producer can be a disposable job. You know, it's like who can't get a beat from anywhere? Just go on YouTube and dub the beat off of YouTube. It's
Rip
like,
that, yeah.
you know, maybe they don't need me.
Right.
That's why I've like tried to frame my entire process right now. It's like the albums I'm dropping are under my name. I'm on the
Right.
cover for a reason, because I want to be looked at as an artist. I want to
Right.
be looked at as like just a guy you can get beats from. I want that too, but
Right.
it's just there's more to. At least with my beats, there's more to it than just a thing that you can talk over.
And nowadays, the producers who are the most successful are successful because of their individual image, too. If you look at the top hip hop producers, you know them for their face and also their personality just as much as their beats. The Kenny Beats, the Hit Boys, the fucking Metro Boomin. We know them as people. DJ Khaled.
Right.
These are people and social media personalities outside of only being beat makers. I feel like in the past it was here, take this beat, I'm gonna rap over it. Niggas ain't really gonna know shit else about you. But nowadays there's kind of that lens that can give beat makers the ability to also be in the spotlight for their beats.
Yeah, and you know it's a weird thing working with rappers because they come in the studio, they want to you like rep through beats, you go through all your categories or whatever, and
Right.
like I don't know, it's just like this like weird dynamic rappers have. Like, all right, I'm gonna come here, do my thing, not give you any money, spend here 5 hours recording songs that aren't even yours.
Right.
And then it's like, all right, my whole thing, and I have this conversation with majority of guys that have been in my studio, is like, there is a process that goes with this, and I don't really work unless we're both getting something out of it.
Right.
Like, I don't really necessarily need money for my beats, but I do a thing where it's like, all right, for every verse you write, I'll give you 2 beats.
Right.
So like we'll do 3 songs. How a session will go with me usually is like we'll do 3 songs. 2 of those songs are whatever you want for your project, your album, whatever, and then 1 song is something that I'm gonna keep.
Right.
And that's kind of how
I think that's a good way to do it.
built up.
This is a lesson that I've been learning a lot recently. I've learned it from two of my close friends and people that kind of model my business off of. My boy Lee Juaso, he owns Juaso Graphics, and my homie Cafaro, he's a photographer. And one thing that I've learned from them is bartering is a really good thing and it can help people a lot. We, as a society, use money as an exchange of value when we don't have anything else to offer. So to Jewel Osco, I don't have shit to offer Jewel Osco, but this $20 for these groceries.
Yeah.
But in a lot of creative standpoints, I do have things I can offer that might even be more valuable than my money from somebody else. You know, just like you're saying, I'll give you this beat. You don't have to pay me because you might have something more valuable.
Yeah.
I'll give you this session. You might have something that I might have some more valuable to pay you for this. And bartering for creatives is a really good way to get your shit off of the ground, because if you have value and you can add value to someone else, you might not always have money. A lot of us creatives are broke as shit. I am broke as shit.
Yeah.
I don't have money for a lot of things, but I'm doing my best to build myself into something that can add value into somebody else's business or can help them do something else. So I don't have to always exchange money for services.
Yeah. Right. And it's really, you know, it wasn't like I just got the crib. It was like, come to my studio, start paying me money. I didn't go, mind you, I didn't go to college to be a producer. I went to college to be a teacher.
Right.
This was a hobby that turned into something like I felt I was getting really good at. But even with that, I had before I got my house, I had a studio I was renting out in Oak Park. I was spending $350 a month on rent, buying equipment I'm not going to use. Like, I don't need microphones. I make beats. I
Right.
don't need microphones. I don't need just certain equipment that I needed for that studio. I bought all that stuff
Right.
for other people.
Facts.
And that summer, I barely had people rapping on my stuff. I was recording other people's music. But the benefit was that I was just building fantastic relationships with people.
Facts.
Like, and if you look at the album, all these guys that are on there were guys that I was previously recording.
Right.
And didn't have to pay.
And that's important.
That's
No,
Much.
that's important.
I think there was one or two features on there because I was fans of like a couple guys on there.
Right.
I was like a fan and I reached out to them. You know, when you
That's
when
awesome.
when you reach out to guys too for a feature, it's like guys need to eat.
Yeah, for sure.
So
No,
it's
that's
always-
awesome.
When I send out the email or whatever, however I send the beats out, it's always like leave your rate or whatever if you have one.
Right. That's
And
raw.
Some guys respect that enough and they're like, I just want to do it.
That's cool as fuck. Nah, that's dope as fuck. I'm gonna ask you a question. Might trip you up a little bit, but
Yeah.
let's get into it. Who are the top 3 rappers on your tape?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I wanna know
These
this.
dudes are my friends.
That's cool though. That's cool.
All right, that's okay.
See, as a podcaster, I gotta answer these
Oh
questions.
yeah,
all
no,
the
no,
time.
no. I don't think anybody get mad. These guys probably already know who they are. But before I answer that, it's such a. I was talking about this today. Everybody's like, who's better, Drake or Tyler? Who's better, Tyler or Kendrick? It's like that's such a vague question to me
No facts.
Yeah.
because it's like I got guys who have better bars than each other, but like I know there are guys who have better flow. There's guys who are more known than each other than certain people.
Yeah, not objectively. I'm asking like you
So
specifically.
my
yeah,
top. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Damn.
That's gonna be even harder because I'm like,
That's why it's fun. Do you know how many times I got to talk about my friend's music on the podcast and I'd be like,
Yeah.
and I keep it a
I'm
stack
like, you
too.
gotta be real too.
If my homie drops some whack shit, it hurts.
you
but I
got-
gotta come on the mic and be like, "Hey, I wasn't really fucking with that
Oh
song."
no, it's definitely been like that. There's plenty of times like I've had sessions with guys like, that's not really working. We got to come back,
Right.
hit that again. But for me personally,
Right.
this is not in order, but these are the top 3 for me. 1, Joshua Virtue, because I started listening to his music like at the time where I started making beats.
Uh-huh.
And that was somebody I never really thought I'd work with. That was somebody who I was a fan of. Like I was buying his music and obsessing over it. Like,
That's
I was
excellent.
listening to him. Like, I
That's
was
so
listening
cool.
To, like,
That's
Kendrick.
raw as fuck to me.
Right. So when I reached out to him, it was a shock that he responded. And he was like, "Yo, bro, this stuff is sick. Let's do it."
That's so fucking cool.
I think I had another connection with him too. A girl that I graduated with, Frances Farley. She's like his manager or whatever.
Oh, that's dope.
So she kind of got me that. That was real nice.
That's a dope.
To 7, Gabe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's wild with him because every time we get together, like me and him have so much stuff in the vault. Like I can't wait for people to hear the stuff.
That's
have.
awesome. That's a fucking great feeling.
And every time he comes, every time he raps, he's just like, he never. It's just something different every time he raps. It's like he sounds like one person here, he sounds like this person here, but it's always 7. Like his flow, like the one joint I have him on, Full Court Pressure. I've never heard him rap out of the pocket before.
Right.
You know, like rappers rap off
Yeah,
beat.
yeah.
And he was just like, I just want to try doing this, and he did it. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. I've never heard you rap like this out of the
That's fucking fire.
the
That's
amount
so
of
talented, man.
sessions I've been with him, and
Versatility is so important.
yeah, it's extremely important, and that's why I like working with him so much, because whatever beat I give him, with working with him in the studio is great too, because when you get with 7, you're gonna get stuff done.
Right.
There's not gonna be a session where like you're not getting anything done. 7 will literally like hear a beat and then just start writing to it.
That's raw as
he's,
fuck.
as he's going, which not a lot of guys can do. Some guys can
That's
do that,
very
rare.
but not a lot of guys can just hear the beat, start writing to it, and then they get on the mic 30 minutes later, and it's like just poetry.
Right. That's raw.
So I really appreciate his work ethic, and it's just a great friend, great guy. All right. All
That's the fun part.
right. It's no disrespect. This is just this album. All right. Garrett Noe. He's on track 2 with my homie Koi Fish. So it's called Victory Lap.
That's a
That's
great
an
name, by the
awesome
way.
name.
Yeah.
Koi fish
Like-
is
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
raw as
That is
hell.
an awesome name.
Yeah, me and Koi actually we went to college with each other. First time I met him was at like a house party, and I was definitely off the juice. He like, you ever like try to rap and freestyle?
Bro, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right. So music, I was DJing the party or whatever, and I play a beat. And
Is your beat?
Nah, this
Oh,
is
okay.
before. This is like probably like my sophomore year of college or something like that.
Word.
So I get there, and I see him. I hadn't met him before, and I was like, "Yo, you want to come rap?"
Right.
He was like, "Bet." So I start doing. I don't know how to rap, right? So
Right.
I just say whatever, and everybody around us like it's a battle. So I do my thing,
Okay.
right? And then he go, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this dude actually knows how to
Like,
rap."
this nigga's a rapper.
He's like, you were an actual rapper. I was just trying to play around,
Right.
But yeah, so Koi's a good dude. But Garrett is actually I have never met before. I haven't even
Damn.
met Garrett before.
That's cool.
He's actually coming into Chicago next week.
That's awesome. I like my internet connections. I have a lot of friends who I've never met in person.
Really?
But we're actually cool as fuck just from meeting on fucking social media or through a mutual friend or whatever. It's been cool. I've gotten to meet a couple of those people in the recent months, just like traveling and shit.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I think it's so cool that we're able to do that nowadays.
No,
Yeah.
well, I knew he's a friend of one of my close friends.
Right.
They went to college with each other, and he sent me his Instagram months back, probably like last year, before New Year sometime.
Right.
And I just had it sitting in my inbox and never actually checked out his stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Garrett DM'd me his album. He dropped, like, I think in February or March.
Okay.
And mind you, I've been sleeping on it for months. I hadn't opened up the stuff. He sent me his
Right.
album. I listened to 2 tracks. I DM'd him like, "Yo, bro, what's your number?"
He's like, hey, this
Say,
shit
wait a
heat.
second, bro.
Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
tweaking.
No, I should have done this months ago. So, yeah, I got in contact with him, sent him the beat, and
That's raw.
blown
That's
away.
awesome
He
that they
has
were able
like,
to respond.
he's from Charlotte, I believe, and he just like I'm always looking for just someone who doesn't care about what they say to a certain extent, and I like gritty, nasty bars on my beats, and he was just that person.
Perfect.
That's
That's
what's up.
fire.
Just talking shit on the beat. Blew me away. You guys got to check him out too. Like,
I'ma
he,
check
I
that
will
shit out.
for sure.
He
I listened to. I didn't get a chance to get all the way through it, but I listened to your tape, and he was on track 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I definitely heard it. I was fucking with the tape. The shit
Yeah.
was. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but I'm gonna definitely finish
appreciate it. Appreciate
that shit.
it.
Fire. I'm gonna leak your shit. No, I'm playing.
Probably wouldn't be the worst thing. No, it was a lot of fun making it. It was a process, very stressful trying to get everything out, but I'm just glad it's done.
How long did it take you to do?
Well, I'll say like with the first track on there, Gabe's track, or 7. I gotta start. I gotta
Bro,
start calling them by
it's
their
so
rappers.
hard to call
Yeah.
some of my creative homies by their name,
Right.
because nigga, I done known you
Yeah,
since
I
we
know,
was,
I
you know,
know.
I known you since high school, so I be calling
Right.
you by your actual name, but
Everybody calls me Kendall.
yeah,
Everybody knows
Yeah.
me as Kendall, but
Right.
I'm like, yo, my name is Kenny now. Can you?
Yeah.
start
Right.
calling
I mean, I feel like that happens. I mean, like even you still call me Emmanuel, and it's
Well,
not
you're
like
my fucking brother.
Well, yeah, but like when I'm on camera, I'll be wanting you to call me E-Man.
And
Yeah.
I
It makes
feel
sense.
that, but I've known you longer than you've known you,
And
nigga.
and that's why it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I know. But when when we're like around friends, like
oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
we're
sure.
like in a group setting, my homies know to call me Kenny. But if it's just us two or something, they call me Kendall.
I feel
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I got a homie. He goes by the name of Ouchie. He's also a producer. I can link y'all up.
Okay.
But I be calling him Nick all the time
Nick,
because that's
okay,
his name.
yeah.
But Ouchie is his, creator name.
When I started my job, I introduced myself as Kenny to everybody.
That's awesome.
But then I had a very close friend of mine, who started working at the job with me, so he started calling me Kendall. Everybody was like, "Who the hell is Kendall?" I'm like, "Well, it's my real name, but I prefer."
I think
Kenny."
it's cool to be able to introduce yourself as,
Yeah, it was nice. I got a whole this is my first
Yeah.
job too. I teach 10th grade.
that's so awesome. bro.
Um,
I know shit's probably tough, but I know it's gotta be.
It's been a year. It's been
Yeah.
it's been a year.
Do you teach like a specific subject?
Yeah, I teach history and English. So 10th grade.
That's fire.
Yeah,
That's
it's been a rough year, but it's also been a very humbling and fun year at the same time. Because
That's so cool. My girlfriend, she's a teacher too.
Yeah.
She just went through her first year of teaching. She teaches 6th grade special ed,
Mm-hmm.
but that shit is fucking exhausting.
Oh.
Like I know what you
Sped
be going through.
teachers are-
I'm not a teacher, but I know what you're going through her.
SPED teachers are something else.
Bro.
They are the most enthusiastic, wonderful people
Yeah,
ever. I do not have the patience. I barely got the patience for my kids. So
bro. And she teaches sped at like a CPS school, which
Yeah.
for those listeners who don't know, Chicago Public Schools, not the best schooling system in the world.
No.
And she teaches in the hood,
Yeah.
and they be having fights. Kids be getting stabbed with pencils and
Yeah.
shit, giving each other perks,
God.
and
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
middle
And,
school, y'all too.
and she's bro, 6th grade. Like she
Yeah.
teaches
That's
6th
wild.
grade, and that shit is fucking wild. Like there was a gang of 5th graders who would just go jump kindergartners.
That's kindergarten.
Bro, insanity.
Kindergarten.
It-
God damn.
That's
What
cool.
kindergartners do?
I'm like, what they
You
do
know
to
what I'm
them? Like
What do they have that they need?
5th grade gang banging, just like, hey,
Damn.
get that nigga, and just
Recession.
bro.
That's crazy.
They made the art teacher quit. The kids
art
whooped his
teacher?
ass. They jumped him. They jumped the art teacher,
Bro,
Yeah,
he
one of
needed to
pencils.
quit. How you get whipped by some 6th graders?
Bruh, They be
Bruh, if it's a
6th graders
gang
be
of 'em-
big sometimes.
That's
Hey,
true.
I know some of your students be kind of big.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I got this one kid. I'm not gonna say his name, but if we got into it, I don't know what's gonna happen.
You don't know who coming out.
I wouldn't know. I can't let no high schooler whip my ass. But
Well, he got jumped by a group of them, so yeah, his
that's
ass
why you
quit.
gotta be nice to these kids. That's-
Apparently, he got jumped because he was talking. Like, apparently, they were wilding out. And he was like, "Hey, y'all better shut the fuck up before we get down." And they was like, "All right, let's do it then." And then they jumped his ass.
See, you can't be threatening kids. I don't think I have any kids like. I mean, if I don't push kids too much.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I don't. You just gotta know what battles you gotta fight. I like if a kid gets disrespectful, I don't really like to get in their face too much. But
Right.
you can always let kids know like you are fucking up right now, and you will not talk to me like that.
Right.
ever.
Yeah.
I'm a very blunt teacher, but at the same time, I try to be very lighthearted. I try to be funny.
Are you the fun teacher?
The funny or fun teacher?
Fun teacher. Keep it a stack. If you're not, you can tell us.
I don't know what fun means, but
Do the kids fuck with you?
Oh yeah.
Are you one of
100%.
the favorites?
I would think so. I got an award this year for some. I forgot what it was. Though.
Damn.
That the
How you
kids
forget?
vote on.
That's
I
raw.
forgot what it was. I think it was like, so they do like categories. It was like the teacher that has like something, but I guess mine was like the teacher that has the most identity or something like that. And it's all the students
That's
in the
kinda
10th
cool.
grade vote on it. And I was like, damn, I better get one. I've been nice to y'all. But I was getting mad. Not getting. I'm kidding. It
Nah,
was
that shit
cool.
raw. That's cool as fuck, bro.
It was cool.
That's awesome. That's something that you really like are passionate about.
Teaching or yeah. Oh,
Teaching,
I mean, I left high school knowing I wanted to be a teacher. I never really appreciated. I appreciate the education I received coming from OPRF.
Right.
Like, definitely could have taken more advantage of it, but what I got out of it was incredible.
For sure.
Would not take back my high school experience for anything. But at the same time, didn't really appreciate the treatment I got from teachers.
Yeah.
A lot of random microaggressions, random
Yeah.
little. I wouldn't say like I was uncomfortable there, but there were definitely times like I had to like check teachers on like how to speak to me, or like
For
check
sure.
teachers on how to like speak to other black kids. And
I remember, this is a memory. I don't know if you remember it. We had math together with.
yeah.
I could not remember that nigga's name.
I know.
But yeah, Bronham. Do you remember when he gave you that book about the black guy? I don't even remember what the book was, but it was some random book about a black guy, and he was like, "I think you'd really enjoy this."
Was that Pertowski or was that Paul Noble?
Nah. It was definitely our math teacher. It was the old math teacher. I'm pretty sure his name was whatever
Okay,
the
that's
fuck you
Pertowski.
said.
I've had plenty of white teachers give me a book
Yeah.
about a
Yeah, but that nigga was like, "Yo," I remember because I was sitting there and you came back. We sat next to each other. You came back. He was like, "Yo, this book don't got shit to do with my life." Because he was like, "Yo, I think this book kind of like."
Really?
He was like, I think you'd resonate with it. And you was like, read the cover, and you was like, this ain't got shit to do with me, nigga.
Yeah,
Like,
Pertowski was definitely a little weird. Like, he was the weirdest dude ever.
Facts.
He would not help motherfuckers with their work. And
bro,
shit.
that nigga was the worst.
But I will say, we were beefing the whole year. Like, me and him were button heads. He was cool sometimes, but I really did not like him. It was the last day of school, my senior year. I wanted to like run through the hallways when the bell rang.
I
Run through
remember
the
that.
hallways
Yeah, I
with
was
the
there.
speaker.
Yeah.
He let me hide the speaker in this room because I didn't know where to put it.
Yeah, I
He's like,
remember,
Yo, keep
yeah.
it in here. You keep it here all day. I was like, all right, you cool, I guess. That's how you go into your last day.
Yeah.
You cool, I
Yeah.
guess. But
Shout out to bro, man. I remember that's how we met, was both in that math class,
Yeah.
trying not to fail. And now we both in the creator game, trying not to fail.
His class was so hard,
Bro, his shit,
I
bro.
didn't know nothing.
I got put into his math class because I was in a higher math
Yeah.
class, and they took me out of that. I was like, I went to my teacher and I was like, "Yo,
this
this
ain't
shit,
for me.
bro, you feel me?"
I gotta go.
I was like, "Yo, she assigns a stupid amount of homework. Fuck this." I was like, "Yo, can
Yeah,
you
that's not
move me
it.
down? Move me down to another class." This nigga assigned even more homework.
my
I was
God,
like, "Damn,
bro.
I should have stayed with the other class."
You know, they had a
Yo.
meeting about that. They was like, hey, give them all these
like,
packets.
"Yo, get this nigga."
What's crazy about our high school and the high school I teach at now, when I'm and actually, because I've done a lot of work at OPRF currently,
Right.
And my roommate actually was a sub at OPRF the entire year.
That's dope.
That's dope.
But I might get some heat for saying this, but students are just not. I feel like a lot of students are not at the same caliber of learning that where we were in high school.
Oh, for sure.
That's a
Just
fact.
because, like, especially because of the pandemic, students have had to rely on just using technology to
For sure.
learn things.
Hell yeah.
And they had a whole year of just like trying to BS their way through whatever year it was in high school. And they're so used to it now. Like, I have students who like think it's like normal to just like start watching a Netflix show in the middle of class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I get it because at home last year they were doing that. They were like,
Yeah.
Right.
and you were doing. I definitely was not,
Everybody
with
was
my
doing
class 100% of the time.
For
I was
sure.
making beats while I was online teaching,
Yeah.
Right.
Because I could, but like, I know I can't make beats in class now, even though I
Right.
want to. Sometimes I'm like, damn, I got this like 20 minutes off. I could make
Let's
it, but
get it, yeah.
I don't want to. I don't do it. Just kids don't understand that like there's a time and place for everything. Like phones right now are just the worst.
It was,
it's a pandemic.
but it's so easy to
fuck with
get
it.
answers online. Like that was
Yeah,
my
you're right.
main thing
Yeah.
in class because it was like I could do this, especially in like math where I didn't think it was going to be viable later in
Yeah.
my life. It was like I could look this up and get an A, or try my hardest and probably get a C.
Yeah.
I'ma just get the A. Like it
Yeah.
was just the
Yeah, I
Easy,
mean,
easy.
but some kids don't think like that. Like, and these kids are not. I mean, it'd be different if you were utilizing your phone to
yeah, like
do
I
what you
don't
needed to do. These kids are like
Netflix
like,
and stuff is wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
that's
wasn't
out of
one of
pocket.
those kids.
like kids like just in the middle of class just start doing TikToks and stuff. Like
yeah,
in the
nah,
middle
not one of those
class,
kids.
like,
That's
Damn.
wild.
or just start watching stuff while I'm teaching. And
Right.
I thought, and environment plays a role. Every environment is different wherever you go, but
For sure.
the students I have, the students that I have now are pretty reflective to the students that are at OPRF.
Right.
And I don't teach at a CPS school. I teach at a charter in Chicago.
Right.
So it's not like an inner city school thing, a CPS thing. It's like just the class of students that are
Yeah.
in school right now. And I'm worried about these motherfuckers when they get an actual job. 'Cause they are kind of like they want to argue with you about like having their phone out. They think like when we were in high school, like there was just like, for me it was just like the teacher told you to put your phone away, you would do it or you
Just put-
wouldn't.
yeah.
Right.
Right? Now it's just like no, I'm not gonna put my phone away. I will put my phone away when I'm done texting my friend or when I'm done watching this TikTok.
Right.
And they think that's okay.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's like I even got like the like the nicest kids that are like the good no, I wouldn't say good kids. They're,
Quote unquote.
I don't have any good kids.
Above average.
no. But even like the most stellar kids academically still
Right.
have this like they don't have discipline with their phone
Right.
at all, and it just takes away from the learning. Like I get, like you should be able to utilize your phone to guide you through class, which is fine. Like I got kids that need to, like I don't mind if you need to listen to music while class is going on, or if you want to look up a word or something, but it's just a time and a place. You can't be doing
Right.
both, and you're not learning. And I get it's wild though too. It's like, what is the purpose of this? Sometimes I do get it, like why, but my thing is like you're given a job, you're given a task, and even though maybe it doesn't make sense right now, it's worse if you don't do it.
Right.
It's worse for you if you don't do it right now. And I don't know. I don't think kids should have to rely on education, but the students I teach, it doesn't really feel feasible, or it doesn't give me a lot of confidence to just send them off in the world without even giving them a chance to go to college or giving them some type of plan after high school. It's like
Right.
It's always good to have a backup plan.
100%.
Facts.
It's not gonna hurt.
It really isn't, and I get it. It's like, because some people, like, sometimes I don't want to quit my job ever, but I'm at work sometimes. I'm like, damn, I could be in the studio right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, where's my focus at? Am I really dedicated to this? But it's I do have to make money,
Right.
and maybe it is a confidence thing. Maybe I don't believe in myself enough to quit my job and just focus 100% on beats. But
It's not like security is a
Yeah.
bad thing though.
No,
Like
right.
if you need it, then like take it. It's there.
Yeah.
You might as well just
Right.
get the extra money.
and I started a recording studio club at the school too.
That's awesome.
So like, I found a way.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck.
Found a
Nah,
way.
that's awesome, bro. That is super fire.
Yeah, that has been one of the most rewarding parts this year. Was just, man, I got so many kids that just make great stuff. Like, I remember this one time, one of my favorite students, he was just showing me his music. We was like, the whole class was just shaking their head to it. Everybody was like,
Vibing,
up at his
yeah.
seat. And I'm like, man, like, cause I'm a sample producer. So I'm like, who'd you sample for that? He was
Right.
like, I made that from scratch. I'm
Damn.
get out of my classroom. Right?
That's fire. That's raw.
Right.
That's
they're
fire.
so incredible. They make really good stuff. We had
They
some
listen to
really
your
good
stuff
time.
too?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I give it to them. There's like a line with certain things. I give them all
Oh,
my
for
music. It's
sure.
just like social media and stuff. I don't have anything bad up. It's just
Right. Yeah, there's a line. Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%. Because, yeah, certain things just shouldn't cross over, like,
No.
especially when you're in a position like a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, like, it would be different if you were, I don't know, I couldn't
like a
think of a good
volunteer
example.
there or something.
Yeah, but, you know, an
Yeah.
actual, like, teacher, that type of stuff, you know, there's that line.
It is very. I the more I teach, the more I build great connections with these kids, and you hear the stories and the things that they go through. It makes you really appreciate where you come from.
True shit.
But at the same time, there still is like the teacher student relationships. Because I mean, I got kids that I was that kid. I like, how many swear words can you get off with this one teacher? What can you say? Kids want to push the button all the time, but
right.
I love them all. Really,
That's
genuinely,
awesome.
I love even the ones that give me the roughest time. I really appreciate them being there.
That's really fucking cool. You are a producer,
Yeah.
but you're also an engineer and recording engineer.
No, we need to. No, that's another thing.
You're
I'm
not.
not. I am not.
You're not.
I know how to do this shit, but I'm not. I
Oh,
tell people this
shit.
all the time.
Okay,
I tell
okay.
people this all the time. I work with a girl right now named Manama. I would tell people like, yo, this is not what I do. I'm not an engineer. I don't, because people want to come to the studio and they want to bring other beats and record because it's
Okay, yeah.
which is like, it makes sense.
Right.
It's not like I got a fee for it though. I'll do it. I know how to do it
Right.
pretty well. I got a guy that I can send your stuff off to get it mixed and mastered the
Yeah.
right way. But as far as, because some guys will be like, yo, can you mix that for me and send it back? And I'm like, no, I don't do that. I will have you come in, record on my stuff, give you the stems if you want them, or you can pay me to get it mixed and mastered for you through another source. But I am not an engineer by any means.
Word, okay.
I think maybe by definition I am, just because it's what I do. Like, I bring guys in my studio, I record them, I get them mixed to where it needs to be for whatever, and then they do whatever they want with it after that.
Right.
But, I am not an engineer. I am a producer, beat maker.
Damn, you fucked up my next question.
Oh, what was the next question? Yeah,
I was gonna ask, what are some things that you want artists to understand before they come in your booth?
We still talk about that.
Okay, all right, let's hear that.
Talk about
Let's
that.
hear that.
Well, first off, and this is stuff I had to learn too, because communication is everything when it comes to this. Like,
For sure.
'cause I've definitely messed up a lot of times. Like, having this like expectation, like, oh, these guys are gonna come rap on my beats,
Right.
and they had the expectation like I'm giving them beats,
Right.
because it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
if I invite someone to my studio, I don't really expect them to pay.
Right.
Right? I invited you here. Now, when you hit me up,
That's
It's a different
I
game.
expect some type of compensation, but at the same time, it's not necessarily like you got to pay me,
Right.
or you got to do this and this and that. Like, like I said before, the whole I give you a beat for two
The
verses,
bartering,
right? So, and that's whoever I work with too. I'm not good about communicating over text either. I try to get like just a phone call in before you come in. Like, hey, mind you, like, I'm working from my house too, so it's like, hey, we're gonna be at my house. This is my studio. What are we using these beats for? Because usually they know the beats. Or
Right.
if I just invite you over, it's like, I want you to come kick it. Scroll through. I can go through like 100 different beats, and then
Right.
if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, we go about our day. And
Right.
sometimes, a lot of times, not a lot of times, but the first time you link up with an artist, it's really just, at least for me, it's just been like kicking it, trying to figure out what you can do,
Right.
Yeah.
or what works well. And there's been times where I've had to make a beat. It didn't work with that one particular person. They come back, or I spend more time listening to their catalog, and I can figure it out.
Right.
But I think my circle's expanding, but it's still pretty tight knit. It's still pretty. I was surprised to get the features I have on this album, but
Right.
it's still
I
pretty.
feel that.
I still have a pretty decent connection with everybody on there.
That's pretty
That's
awesome, bro.
what's up.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What is the most let's see, maybe outlandish isn't the word, but what style of beat was the most different from what you normally make for an artist? You was out there making some opera beats,
Like, you mean on this album or just
or just in general? Like, what? How far have you strayed from your comfort zone?
I mean, I've tried. Last summer, I was trying to make. I was making pop shit because I was work. Henry makes a lot of pop stuff, so I was just trying to mess around and see what
Right.
Like, I was making like beats for like a. Not I wasn't making it for this person, but I was trying to like emulate like beats like for like someone like Adele
That's dope.
or I really like making R&B.
That's cool.
Like that, honestly, I like it just as much as making boom bap
Right.
stuff.
And you would say that's your comfort zone?
No, my comfort zone is definitely boom bap.
Boom bap. Okay,
Yeah,
word.
my comfort zone is definitely boom bap and digging for records.
That's awesome.
And finding loops through that. But I guess getting out of my comfort zone, but I still think I'm kind of good at it. It's just making R&B records because
That's
I
epic.
love soul. I love keeping the pocket open on my beats so people can put as many words and phrases and different shit in between the kick and the snare. And
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
My homie Ouchie, he's a producer. His bag was more so like melodic rap trap type of
Yeah.
vibe. And I hit his line one day and I was like, hey bro, I'm not an artist, but there used to be a studio in this room right behind us.
Yeah.
And I recorded some music and I was like, hey bro, think you can make me like a punk beat? Like bro, he sent that bitch back in like the next hour and a half.
oh, that's indecent.
Fucking
That's a
fire,
skill.
bro. And he was like, I ain't never done this shit before, but let's try it.
See, that's the best part when like someone pushes you, like someone says, "Can you do this for me?" You're like, I've never done it, but I can try it.
Right,
And
like let's
Yeah.
let's give it a
comes out
shot.
fire.
That's
Comes out
such a
fire.
good feeling when you make some dope shit on accident,
Yeah.
bro. You know how many podcasts or YouTube videos or whatever we've been sitting around and we like, hey, maybe let's try this. Well, we ain't never done it before, but
Yeah.
let's give it a shot. And it's like, what the fuck? This shit is heat. Niggas
Yeah.
fuck with this shit.
So that's the thing about sampling is like my first beat tape, First Impressions, was like my first impression to music that I was giving to people.
Right.
And what's crazy about that album is like I was sampling everything. I was sampling jazz, I was sampling rock, I was sampling soul, reggae. Like I was just trying to, I was like finding like old Japanese soul records.
That's lit.
That's what's up.
That's lit.
And it's just like what was weird about sampling too is like, damn, you have a genre of music, but you have different countries, different type, like Latin soul, Polish soul,
That's fire.
Russian soul. I was like, God damn, there's so many like
Right.
Yeah.
right. So with that first beat tape, it was like I was just sampling everything I wanted to. I didn't
sure.
care
That's
what
kinda
it
cool,
was.
though.
I was just sampling it. So I feel like that was like the most versatile of beats. It's just, and then these last two beat tapes, I feel like I was getting more in my bag, like finding like my sound.
Right.
So the
Yeah.
beats are more consistent on the last two beat tapes because it's just. I've always wanted to make boom bap. I've always wanted to like make beats for like 90s rappers like Wu-Tang and shit
Right.
like that. But in that first album, it was just a lot of experimenting. Like a lot of those beats aren't even boom bap beats.
That's fucking
Some
dope.
are, a lot of them are, but
That's
Who do
raw
you
as
think
fuck.
is like inspiration for a lot of your music?
That's stale ass question. No, I'm playing.
no,
Like-
it's
I don't know if
is
you
it-
saw that Tyler interview. That's why I said it.
Oh.
My
oh
bad.
yeah, no.
That's,
I know what you mean.
Y'all know I'm talking about that Tyler Creator interview?
Yeah. I like this question because, for one, I'm definitely inspired majority of the time by my friends. When they come in the studio, it puts me in a different mindset because it's like healthy competition,
Yeah, I feel that.
right? I don't want to make anything that isn't underwhelming. I always want to make something that a rapper needs to come back to, which has been successful.
Right.
But it's also, it kind of sucks because I'll make a beat, a rapper here will be like, damn, I need a day or two to write to this.
Right.
Yeah.
And you like, this
Yeah,
shit's
I
so
know.
raw.
I
I
know,
want
I
to
know.
hear it right now.
I know. So beats for me, it's a process a lot. A lot of times you can't get one session in and just get stuff done. You gotta. A lot of times it takes some time to get one song done, which I don't mind.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fire, bro.
But I guess, I mean, right now, I guess inspiration is wild for me because like I might be listening to one guy this month and then next month I'm listening to somebody totally different.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'd be on the same shit.
So I go through phases, but right now there's these guys, DiBiase. Have you guys ever heard of him?
Actually
That sounds
familiar.
very familiar.
Yeah, he's this beat maker in Sacramento, and like I try to, I wouldn't say emulate, but I listen to a lot of his stuff before I start making beats. It just really gets me in this like mindset of like
That's wrong.
where I want to keep the pocket at, and
Feel
he
that.
just makes incredible stuff.
Who has what are some of his biggest songs? That sounds mad familiar. I feel like I would know.
So I don't even know if he.
Does he collab with anybody that I would know? That sounds so
I don't think
familiar.
he collabed with anybody that you would know though. This is all like super underground. But I hate saying that, but
That shit sound familiar as
so
hell.
DBI, my favorite tape with him was this dude named Raz Fresco. He's super underground
I don't know
too.
who the fuck that is.
Yeah, these are all like Raz raps out of Montreal or some shit. But,
Damn.
yeah.
That shit. That shit sounds.
I feel
so
like that's
familiar.
just a word. Like that.
Oh,
you
maybe
probably
is that a
also heard.
word? Is
I
that,
feel
does
like
that mean
DiBiase
something?
is
What?
a word.
Like DiBiase?
Might be.
Maybe that's why. That
Yeah,
shit.
'cause
Whatever
I'm like,
it is, just sounds
so
familiar.
but I'm like, I don't think I would know him.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like something you've heard before. But he's a very underground. Like, I feel like as a beat maker, you would know who DiBiase is. Like everybody, not everybody. Like I think there's a lot of people that don't. But he's to me, he's like one of the goats in beat making and
That's
producing.
That's raw as fuck.
Madlib, I feel like that's just a given.
Right.
Yeah.
He's incredible. I feel like my thing is like I'm too picky about sounds. Like when I hear something I don't like, I don't use it,
Right.
which I need to
Yeah.
stop doing. Just using just whatever. I feel like someone like Madlib, he knows how to turn the most simplest loops into incredible songs. So
Right. What? Oh my bad. No.
no, you can go.
What you watching right now? Like what kind of shit you be watching?
Jesus, I feel like my shit's boring. You guys ever seen Better Call Saul?
I've
I
heard of it.
never watched Breaking Bad.
Ah, damn, come
Yeah,
on.
I
See,
never
I'm
watched-
boring. Everybody,
I've never
like,
watched
nobody-
Breaking Bad.
I feel like a
bro.
lot of people watch.
I
Breaking
know,
Bad.
but
And a lot of
nobody
people
in
watch
my
Better Call
circle-
Saul.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul, or whatever.
Better Call Saul is the most. It's at least the first like 3 seasons so dry and so boring, but I loved it because I'm a writer, so like I like dialogue and
Right.
Yeah.
It's literally just a bunch of lawyers talking lawyer lingo.
My
and
girlfriend's stepdad loves that shit.
It's so good, but then because Breaking Bad is all about violence and drug selling,
Right.
And-
Drama.
right. So Better Call Saul starts off as this like lighthearted drama, and it takes place before Breaking Bad. So it like now it's in its last and final season,
Right.
and now it feels like Breaking Bad. Like motherfuckers getting killed,
Damn.
shit's getting nuts. I'm like obsessed with the
That's
show.
damn. For real. What else you watching?
I'm in the middle of Atlanta right now.
What season? You're in
the current one.
What is your opinion?
It's a little weird right now.
I'm not fucking with it.
It's,
I
it's hard
finished
for me to
it.
get.
I didn't
I've been
like
watching like one. It's already finished too, and I've been watching like one episode a week.
it. Yeah.
It's very weird.
This has been the worst season.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been able to finish it. I think
It feels very lazy.
that's it.
Yes.
I wouldn't say lazy. It was just more, just really out there for me.
That's fine. I don't mind the out there. I like that from Atlanta, but I feel like to have not dropped anything since 2018, y'all have had 4 years.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
4 years, this was the
what we
best
did.
you could give us. I don't know, man. Like
I gotta finish it.
I like the weird shit. Like, season 2, the Teddy Perkins episode.
Yeah.
Nigga, that shit was weird as fuck, but it was awesome.
See,
I love that
That was one of the episodes I had to watch once and could never watch again, bro.
For
Like,
real, but that's a good thing. Like, it made you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I
It
like
definitely
that.
made me uncomfortable
I
as
like
shit.
how uncomfortable it made me. I like shit like that. I feel like this, in trying to be really weird, it ended up being really like basic. I feel like,
You're talking about this current season?
this current season. And I love Donald Glover. I feel like he is a genius. Season 1 of Atlanta is one of the best things
So funny.
ever, bro. The writing, the comedy, the directing, everything, one of the best things ever.
Yeah.
Season 2 followed up great too, but this, it doesn't even feel like Donald Glover even really got in his bag on this one, which granted, he's been doing a lot of shit over these last 4 years. Niggas was doing Star Wars. Nigga
Damn.
did, bro, he's been doing
Yeah.
a lot of fucking shit, and that's why it took 4 years for this shit to come out. But
COVID too.
COVID,
Yeah.
Star Wars, he was working on music. There's just a lot of shit. So
Yeah, he dropped the album right before like the week of COVID. You remember
yeah,
that?
I didn't really like that album that much either, though.
Really?
I wasn't a big
I think
What's
it
called?
was just the vibes of the
315
time
or whatever. 315,
Yeah.
whatever. Fuck them.
That's that shit was a little bit underrated. I didn't wasn't crazy good for me, but it definitely I remember when it first came out, I was like, all right, this shit is getting me through being at home.
I feel that,
feel
but the
that.
problem for me is I'm a really big Childish Gambino fan. Like I
Okay.
love Childish Gambino,
Yeah, he's
and
incredible.
I love him rapping.
Yeah.
He is one of the best rappers, bro. Like I ain't, there ain't too much debate on that.
Yeah.
So I do like his more singing, pop, soul, all that shit. But I
much
want
over
the
there.
camp. I want
Right.
because the internet. You know what I'm
know.
saying?
And that you
I
got-
want the royalty.
Right,
I don't
you
know.
get-
I'm kind of a mixture type guy. Like Late Nights and Kawhi was like
Oh, Kawhi, love Kawhi, love
I like when he kind
Kawhi's
of
my
mixes his
favorite
lyrical
album
stuff
from
with
him.
his rapping.
But Awaken My Love was good,
Oh,
but
see,
it wasn't
bro.
him, bro.
Oh,
That's not what I want, bro.
Yeah.
That's not what
See,
I want.
all right, I get what you mean.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
Awaken
though?
My Love was
It was
when I
good,
heard
but
that, I was like, rappers need to start doing this more. And I'm like, because here's the thing, right? Like with for example, track 9 on my album, this dude named Rich from the Pole.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically wanted because he doesn't have any beats, at least to the public. He doesn't have any beats that he's on that are like boom bap beats.
Right.
And a lot of rappers are only on like trap style beats.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not like trying different things. So when I first started recording dudes, I'm like, I want like a trap rapper to be not necessarily on a boom bap beat, but I want to be on just like a soul loop. Or
Right.
just a beat with no drums.
Right.
Yeah.
Because those are my favorite beats. Like the I don't know if you guys listen to like Griselda and stuff. Or,
Yeah.
like they just have a lot of
Shout
beats
out
that are
Benny.
just loops. Yeah. So like I just think people just need to start doing more with music. You don't have to stay in this one box. Like this whole argument right now, like trap is dying. I don't think it's dying.
it's not.
It's
dying.
not
Who
dying.
says trap is
I'm like,
dying?
it's not dying.
All right, see, everybody has a different side of Twitter. Everybody has a different side of
Because
like
I'm about
media
to
they
say,
look at.
trap
That's-
is not dying.
No way.
Trap is the
Everybody
biggest it's
has
ever
a different
been.
side. Everybody has a different side of media they look
What would
at.
they think is taking over trap right now?
I don't know.
Trap is
I don't
number
know.
one
That
right
is
now.
the biggest one
this
right
is,
now.
This is the argument that other motherfuckers are making.
Right.
I don't think trap is dying.
Right.
I think it's different now. I don't think it
Yeah.
is as. I think it's just becoming typical for rap, and I think that's what is concerning about trap music. It's just like
But yeah, no, I don't think trap is dying. I feel like it's popular as hell now.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's extremely popular.
Yeah.
I wish. I think the sound is just a little bit different. Like
Yeah.
you listen to like southern trap, like because I've been trying to like make more trap beats, but I like slower, more just like groovier things.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, you guys like listen to Little Brother?
No, but that's a cool name.
Little Brother dropped the trap album a couple years ago. I believe in like 2018, something like that. And it was just that dirty like Memphis trap shit. That,
Right, yeah.
That's like the type of trap I like enjoy.
Like T.I. type shit.
Yeah, and you could ask most of my counterparts. Like I was very critical of music up until I got into college.
Right.
Because I was just only listening to music in like my bedroom or just like in the car. Like I wasn't
Right.
going to parties or anything, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not, be honest, like people are not trying to hear like Benny the Butcher at a party, right?
No, for real.
Right?
That's a fact.
Sure.
I would love to hear Benny the Butcher
Hell
at a
yeah.
party. I
Yeah.
wish more songs like that, but that's not what people want to hear at parties and stuff. So
Right.
there's a time and place for everything. I'm very open to most things now.
Who's a
what I
mainstream artist that you think is just complete trash?
Ooh, see, that's the other thing too, because I don't even. I mean, like you could say like 6ix9ine. Like, yeah, he's. I don't think he's that great.
I don't know how
He got some hit. He got some
mainstream he
heaters
is,
though.
I'll be honest.
He
though.
got some heaters, bro.
Back in the, when he first came out,
We not gonna pretend like he don't got some
we
heaters.
we was at the shit.
Yeah.
Going crazy with this. I will. But,
Niggas iffy. Like he got the stiffy.
Maybe that's not a good example. Maybe that's not a good example.
He do got
mean,
a
right
lot of
now,
ass
though-
too though, but he got some heaters.
Yeah, right now I'm not really listening to a whole lot of 6ix9ine. I
I
don't
mean,
know
me
who
either.
is.
I don't think anyone is.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, trash is also like vague to me too, because like I feel like every artist, and I don't. I try to go out of my way to listen to most things, but I really don't have. This is bad to say, but I just feel like I don't have as much time as I used to just lay down music, just
Yeah,
have time to
I
listen
feel
to
that.
music anymore.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
So, like,
when I say trash, I mean like if you riding in the car, you get your man's the aux, they play this shit and you go, "Hey, bro, turn this shit off, bro." What's some turn this shit off music? Cause I'm gonna keep it a stack. This unpopular opinion, listeners, y'all know. If you play some Playboy Cardi in my car,
Wow.
chances are I'm gonna tell you to turn that shit
See, I
off.
fuck with Playboy, not all of his shit,
He's okay.
but I fuck with you throwing Playboy in the car. That's definitely. Some
Chances
fire.
are I'm gonna tell you to turn that shit off. But I was at Summer Smash this weekend, and Playboy Cardi was up there. He killed the shit.
That set was
he killed his set.
insane.
I'll say that too. It wasn't until I saw Playboy Cardi live where I was like, okay, I think I get it a little bit better.
Yeah, I
Like,
definitely
I still like
understood
this music,
more.
but I saw him live and like, okay, this.
Yeah,
definitely
he
solidifies
killed
the
it
sound.
live. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody sounds better live.
Oh, true.
Let me take that back. Most people sound better live. So he did murder that shit. Cause there was even a song where I asked my homie, I was like, "Hey, bro, this shit normally sound this good? Like this song right here, like,
Yeah.
is this shit normally hitting like this?" And they were like, "Yeah, I
the
played it
moment
and it
too,
wasn't.
everything's different.
But I played that shit in the whip. It wasn't hitting. But even still,
Experience is different.
For
but
sure.
Being at a live show definitely hits a little bit different.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about trash because I don't listen to trash music. I don't. I don't know. I really don't know who's
Damn.
not doing it right now. But I also mainstream music isn't like necessarily like what my forte. Like I don't
Facts.
go out of my way anymore to see
Yeah,
what is coming out, who's about to drop.
For sure.
So that's why I feel like I don't have an answer for that, like who's trash and who's not trash. Because the majority of music I listen to now are records.
That's
Like,
what's up.
If I have time to hear music, I'm trying to listen to records because that's where I'm getting my ideas. from.
Sampling shit from. That's raw as fuck. Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Biggie.
That's a
100%,
boring answer.
hands down,
That's
Biggie.
that's too easy.
It is too easy.
Yeah.
It's always my
Yeah.
go-to. I give everything to Biggie. I really don't think like if I ever got a Biggie verse in any of my beats, that'd be incredible. I hope there's like some like stock
Right.
Biggie verse out
Probably not, but I mean,
there.
I
Nah,
think there would be
Tiger
some.
just dropped a song with Biggie.
yeah. I was about to say. I feel like they still got
Tiger
something in
just
the
dropped
works.
the song with-
Oh,
That
it's
is
so
a
ass.
wild
It's so
collab.
ass.
that shit sound
That
ass.
might be the
That
nigga
sounds
right
like it would be
It's Tiger.
It's like,
Bro,
that is-
Tiger is not lit, bro.
No,
I
he
can't
fucked it
fuck with
up.
Tiger, man.
Man, I was like, he put him on a trap, this like tropical trap beat.
Nah, that's
some
not
like summertime in the sun song and Biggie.
Nah, I don't see Biggie on that.
Damn.
Right?
That's so
Uh-uh.
disappointing.
That
I'm like,
sucks.
That's
how
so
did you even get
disappointing.
clear- Who gave you
I was about to
this?
say, who gave him the clearance for that? That's crazy.
Out of
That's
all the
wild.
niggas who wanted a Biggie verse, that's who got it.
That's disappointing
oh my
as
gosh,
hell.
That's
Very
crazy.
disappointing.
Yeah.
I think it was Tiger. Somebody just dropped some shit with Biggie and blew the fuck out of me.
Yeah, no, Tiger not the one. Like look, back in 2011 maybe with
Yeah.
snapbacks and tattoos, but now I can't really fucks with Tiger like that. His shit not hidden.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely rappers now. Like I haven't fucked with a lot of Eminem shit recently.
Yeah, me
And I
either.
mean, like I was listening to Eminem today. Like I love Eminem.
I would have to go back and listen to some older shit.
His
like,
his shit does not age well. I'll tell you that. From middle school.
There's a lot of rappers that I fucked with in middle school. They shit just like not
Like,
aging well.
I like Goblin and like Odd Future Tape, like those Tyler's shits, like those were all shits I bumped heavy in middle school,
Right.
high school, but now it's like, damn, I can't. It's not necessarily the content too, because I am a person that, to a certain extent, you should have some free will to say certain things
For
on
sure.
a track.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some shit on there that just did not
Yeah.
age well.
Yeah.
As far as I don't want to get into the whole details because I feel like
No,
people grow and move past that type of shit. Because
I mean,
remember all the
Tyler
bullies
said a
and
lot of
shit.
homophobic shit, but Tyler's
Yeah.
gay. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
So that's the other thing though too. Can we? I feel like I don't know. I feel like sometimes sexuality just needs to be replaced in music, even though I think it is important. It definitely is important because your music is an expression of you. So obviously, sexuality is an expression of you. But at the same
Right.
time, I think when you put things that when you label yourself like that, when you put those things out in the air, it's just like it just stirs up debate, stirs up controversy, and like to me, it was like, all right, yeah, he came out, but his most recent album, like, and he was talking about fucking guys for
Yeah.
a couple of years.
like,
His
what
most
does that
recent album-
change? Yeah.
His most recent album, he's talking about fucking chicks. So is he gay? Is he bi? I don't really care, and that's why like
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
why
don't
does
like
it? Why
having
does
those
it even matter?
conversations. Like when he came out as gay, I'm like, that's dope. When is the album dropping?
Right, like who
Yeah.
cares? That's how I felt about Lil Nas. I really fucked with Old Town Road a lot, and I just like Lil Nas' personality. He came out as gay, and it kind of like everybody was like ha, 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 and I was like, cool. Can this nigga drop some more
Where's the
music, bro?
album? Yeah.
Like, bro, because that Montero shit, hard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fire, bro. And like, keep it a stack. I don't give a fuck if it's gay or not. I'll be in the car singing about liking boys, nigga. It doesn't matter,
Like,
it's
all
just
the songs
music.
on there were just heat.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was Channel Orange in high school was like I could
Heat.
not go to sleep without hearing that album.
Right.
So, like,
He
I think it definitely is important, especially for like younger generations that maybe don't feel as comfortable to come out and to see like someone like Tyler. Or
Yeah, the
Frank.
representation.
Yeah, the representation does matter.
For sure.
I do think that matters. I just don't think it should be the focus of because like some people like didn't fuck with Tyler after that, and that's like stupid to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people, I don't know.
I see what you mean for sure. I just feel like nowadays people just look too far into it, and you shouldn't let that affect anything. It shouldn't make you like it less. It shouldn't make you like it more. Like, sexuality is sexuality, and I feel like it's not a big deal. Well, it is a big deal to an
Definitely is a
extent,
big deal.
but it shouldn't change your opinion on anything. You shouldn't be like, I don't want to listen to this Tyler album because it's gay,
Right.
or you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's lame as fuck.
Yeah, and I think with the rap community too, or even just like the black communities, it's very homophobic at times. It can
Facts.
be,
Yeah.
especially with rap. I mean,
Yeah.
like, Tyler was homophobic in his stuff,
Right.
So I'm glad, like, because you got like guys like West Side Gun,
Right.
who was like this hardcore gangster. Like,
Facts.
I don't know what he's done in his life, but
He tells you.
perpetuates-
He tells you a lot in the
Right.
tracks.
He perpetuates that he's like a gangster. So to see him work with someone like Tyler, who like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a lot of guys would not do that.
Right.
I don't know 50 Cent personally. I don't know what his beliefs are, but I don't see him working with an openly gay rapper.
Right.
During
Yeah,
the time
same.
to Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right. For sure.
Or a lot of rappers during that time. I don't know who were openly gay rappers in the 2000s.
There weren't.
Never.
There weren't any.
I don't know who is the first openly gay rapper. So
I honestly.
Young Ma? Like
Oh,
I don't know.
and she's fire, bro. I love Young
She
and Man.
crazy. She needs to make more stuff,
Bro, I'm
Bro.
telling you.
Seriously.
Like, I'm actually like a big Young and May fan. Like, she was supposed to be at Summer Smash last year, 2021, and like, true ass story. They told us that she wasn't coming. I got the little update on my phone. I fell to my knees, bro. Nigga, I was like, fuck no, bro. I
that's
was so
crazy.
hyped to hear that Young and May, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm a Young and May fan for real. I
Who's
fucks
your-
with Young and May.
Who's your who are the top 3 live performances you've seen? You don't have to tell me festival or shows.
Ooh, top 3 live performances I've ever seen. Juice World, number 1. That nigga shut that shit
Really?
down, bro.
That was somebody I did not appreciate until after he died.
Really?
Yeah.
I was a Juice WRLD fan before most people were even Juice
Yeah.
WRLD fans. I was at a track meet in high school actually, and one of his homies did track, and we were competing against his school, and he showed me Juice WRLD song back when he was still Juice the Kid, and
Damn.
I showed him. Do you know Carion? He went to high school with us. He makes music. I showed him Carion, and I had been listening to Juice WRLD since then. And then I actually discovered Juice WRLD again in college, and I didn't realize that Juice WRLD and Juice the Kid were the same person. And I put it together like
That's crazy.
and I was like, oh fuck, I've been fucking with this nigga for a long time.
Yeah.
So I fuck with Juice WRLD heavy, but he's #1 live performer. Juice shut that shit down. I saw him twice and he killed it both times. Chance the Rapper
Chance could put on a good
is
show.
an amazing live performer. I think I've seen him 3 times now.
Yeah, Chance was another one like that because Chance used to hand out CDs outside of Opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will never forget this shit. I remember him handing out like 10-day CDs.
Yeah.
Niggas was taking that shit.
Right.
And like, I'll be honest, I was like, damn, must be tough handing out CDs.
Sucks
And
to
then,
be you,
like,
my nigga.
know, like a year later, it's like, wait a minute, that was that nigga that was like,
Right.
He
Goofy.
was like shouting out. I know, right?
Yeah.
Stupid ass. I probably should. Let's hang out. So nah, yeah, that was definitely not wise to say, but people,
Yeah, hell yeah.
that was how people hustle back then.
That shit's
Yeah.
raw. So Chance is definitely up there. And 3, probably Famous Dex.
Famous Dex.
Bro, that nigga can fucking perform,
Where'd
bro.
you see him at?
I've seen him 3 times now, actually. I saw him once. He opened up for Ugly God at an Ugly God show.
Okay.
I saw him at Summer Smash in 2019. I love Ugly God. He was at Summer Smash 2019, and I just saw him this past weekend. This past weekend, he didn't do as good as normal, but the other 2 times I saw him, bro, I kid you not, I love telling this story. The other 2 times I saw him, that nigga walks out on the stage, you know, like a regular nigga,
Yeah.
takes all his clothes off.
Like naked?
He has underwear on.
okay.
He takes his shoes.
like,
He
that's
throws his shoes into the crowd.
illegal.
He throws his shirt, his pants, and then he just walks across and just picks up random clothing items. Like niggas will just like throw a sweater on the stage, and Dex will just be rapping. He'll just
That's
pick up a
pretty raw.
sweater
That's
and
pretty
he'll throw it
illegal.
on and just get like niggas will throw some sunglasses. He'll pick some sunglasses up, rap for a little bit with them glasses, throw the glasses into the crowd, and
pretty
like
unique.
the energy when the niggas doing it, I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking insane.
Damn.
This
That's
weekend
lit.
he didn't do
wasn't
as
doing-
good a job. He kept his clothes on the whole time.
Did he?
Nah, he said he was gonna. He was like, "Hey, bro, y'all about to make me take my
Oh,
pants off
yeah,
in this
yeah,
bitch,"
yeah, yeah.
and then he didn't.
Why?
And you know what I'm saying?
So what do we do?
I was like, "Nigga, what you mean?" But yeah, nah, he didn't go as crazy. He did shut the shit down though. But Chance and Juice, great. If y'all get a chance to see those, check him out. Check them out. Like, well, I guess you'll never see Juice perform, but Chance, crazy ass performer, bro. Worst performer I've ever seen was Cordato. That nigga sucked.
Really?
That
Was he
nigga
not
sucked.
good? Yeah, that. See, like that's the other thing. Like you asked me who's trash. I feel like a couple of years ago, I would have been like Corday's trash just because I don't listen to him.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to him. But if I ran through his album, I could probably get through his album. This shit nice. But like,
No, he can rap. I just
That's
don't. It's
just-
just not for me.
yeah. And I think a lot of people mix up like not for me for trash.
Right.
too.
Yeah.
And I also think it was this. I had a conversation with my friend Jack about this too. Like, it's not necessarily, and I think it took me this long because I'm a beat maker now.
Right.
It's not necessarily a rapper. It's sometimes just the beat. Like the beat.
True shit.
Like sometimes, and I want to hear certain things. I want to hear this certain rapper on this specific beat.
Right.
And they don't do that. So,
For sure.
like, there's this thing on Twitter because like my whole side of Twitter is just like boom bap people,
Right.
just grimy producers. So like, they made this joke about Drake. Like Drake's giving everybody, Drake's giving all these versatile albums except for like a boom bap album or like
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's like, when we gonna get that?
He can do it too.
He can definitely do it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Drake dropped
Yeah.
some shit
He
like
could
that
do that.
today.
He could do
And
that for sure.
I love Drake. I love listening to Drake.
What you think? Honestly, never mind.
I ain't run through it yet, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as everybody's saying it to be. I think he should have maybe worked with like like more versatile, different types of house producers. Because to my understanding, it is mainly a house album.
It is mainly a house album. I think after thinking about it a little bit more, I think it was stupid for him to drop a just house album.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because has Drake ever dropped a just rapping album or just R&B album or has Drake ever dropped a just one thing album before?
Yeah.
And I feel like people wouldn't have complained if I complained. I wouldn't have complained if maybe it was like 6 house songs and 3 R&B songs, 3 rap songs. But I'm not trying to listen to all. If Drake would have dropped a completely R&B album, let me take that back because that shit would be gas. But
he should have dropped. What was the last album he dropped?
CLB.
Yeah, I think he should have dropped that now. I feel like that. Cause
I didn't like CLB that much. I'm
but
be
I
honest.
feel like for the summer though, like
Oh, yeah, for
CLB
sure.
was dropped
Hell
at
yeah.
what's
a
the shit with
decent time
Future,
last year. I feel like.
Too Sexy. I feel like if
Yeah.
that shit came out right
Yeah.
now,
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
for
summer,
sure.
Yeah.
you would hear every
That
car
is some
playing,
summer shit.
right? That shit came out in like November, and I remember being
Yeah.
at like a show in November. Is what it was playing. It was lit, but it's like it's November.
Right, like this
So
ain't the time
it
for
felt
it.
like he dropped this shit because I feel like if people were still bumping his last album, like, because I don't hear anybody talking about Drake shit anymore.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
I feel like
The
he just
craziest
had to
shit in the
drop it
world.
right before summer, get his radio shit going.
That would have been the time. I feel like Drake is really good at giving us like summer albums and summer vibes, and this wasn't the summer vibe people were looking for.
Everybody gonna be in the fucking bars, clubs. It's gonna be playing. I already know.
I mean, he's Drake.
yeah. I already know that shit's gonna be decent at like regardless of what song it is. No one's gonna turn that off on a hot day in the summer. Or
I mean,
at a bar
it's
or-
Drake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna turn Drake off
No.
9 times out of 10.
It's Drake.
Who's gonna turn Drake off?
He's incredible. I think he shouldn't get as much. I mean, everybody does. He shouldn't get as much shit talked to him as he does.
Oh, for sure.
I think he tries to be as genuine with his music as he can. And
I don't think so much anymore.
really.
To me, Drake nowadays is McDonald's.
really.
And let's keep it a stack. McDonald's gonna slap. You know what I'm saying? That quarter pounder with cheese is gonna go crazy. Like the fries is gonna go crazy when you want it, but it's not. McDonald's will never be your grandma's cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and they each have their time and place. But I feel like Drake used to be a home cooked meal,
Yeah.
and now he's McDonald's.
Yeah, I see why you could say that. I just think when you say things like that, it's hard to be mad when he drops an entire house album because it's like
That's what I was thinking. I was like, if he's
That house album was Arby's though. That house album was Arby's.
I'm saying he should have had like K Tronada or like Knowledge, had like some different like just like I just feel like the mainstream house music isn't as good as the underground stuff right now. And I don't listen to too much house, but I do listen to some house producers that I like personally, and
Right.
I think he could have just definitely had different sounds on there. I've only ran through like the first like 5 or 6 tracks, just like cleaning.
Right.
It's cleaning the house music. I was cleaning the house while listening to it. But I don't think it's bad. I think people need to stop. Also, it bugs me too because like if some motherfucker was like, Kenny Black needs to start making these beats, I would not do that shit. I'd be like, you got me fucked up. I want to make what I want to make. And if I feel like making a house album, I'm gonna make a house album.
Right.
Like people tell me all the time, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear beat tapes with 20 tracks. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That's
Right.
not really what I wouldn't be doing this if I cared so much about what other people thought. Because I do, to a certain extent, I do care about feedback, especially constructive criticism. But
For sure.
For example, like this cover that I was using, I was going back and forth with this cover because it was people in my circle saying like, I don't fuck with the yellow too much. I don't know about the shade. And I definitely changed some stuff up.
Right.
But it got to a point where I really liked it, and people were still telling me they didn't like it. And I was
Right.
like, all right,
but you're not
well,
gonna appease everybody,
yeah,
you know.
right.
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, fuck that. I appreciate it, but like,
I actually like the
I'm
yellow.
just, and I like it.
Yeah, I like the
Right.
yellow.
I like
The black and white with the yellow together is that's fire.
I liked it. It was always the vision to have a black and white cover and have the title in like bold, colorful font. So
What the fuck other color would you have used for that?
we tried out some different shit. We tried out. At first, it was just all blue.
No.
Then we had. I had actually did a whole like. I wrote out the whole thing in my own handwriting.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
It was okay, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't fitting with the scanning and everything that we had. So
Yeah.
it's not even a font. That's actually my friend drew that.
That's dope.
So everything on the cover is him. The Kenny Black Presents Black. That's him drawing.
That's hard.
The
That's awesome. I
letters
fucks with
and
that.
everything. Yeah.
That's raw as fuck,
So yeah, I
man.
wanted to keep it as authentic as possible. Like my homie Molly Ryan, she graduated with me. She took the photos. My friend from band in high school, he mixed the whole album. Will Gilmore, Disc
Word.
2.
Oh yeah, actually, he was on the track team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I tried to keep it as close to home as possible. I didn't really want to like reach out to some random person. Hey, can you take these pictures?
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's dope as fuck,
cool.
man. That's cool, bro. I like how authentic and honest your shit is, man. That shit is awesome.
it is a very honest album. I frame these beats to rappers like, yo, I want you not necessarily to talk about this, but like you need to get in a mindset where like you're not trying to rep it out.
Right.
Because like a lot of times rappers hear beats and they just want to try to rep out a verse. It's like I need you to take some time with this, go home, listen to it, and it doesn't have to be a sad verse. It doesn't have to be a verse. I didn't have a specific idea for these verses. It was more just like, just put some time into it.
Right,
Like,
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and every single one of these beats, it was given, and I didn't get a verse back until a month, 2-3 months later.
That's fire.
Um,
It means that they actually did some shit to it and they actually sat with it.
yeah, like Def C, his verses are so crisp, and he just comes with like a different vocabulary when he writes. Or someone like Rich the Pole, he really went out of his comfort zone when he heard his beat. When
Right.
he heard that beat.
Who's your number one? Who's the person that you want on one of your beats the most? If you had your pick and you get any living person on one of your beats, who would you pick?
That's a big one. There's a lot. Can I give a couple?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
This is a dream, but 100% I would love to have at least one track with Kendrick. Like
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's awesome.
Like that's always like been a thing.
Right. Kung Fu Kenny and Kenny Black.
Right, yeah. Love to produce for West Side Gun.
That would be raw as fuck. Is he your favorite in Griselda?
100%.
Tweaking.
Yeah,
It's Benny, bro. It's Benny.
No, it's definitely West Side.
You
But,
bugging, but all right. Nah, it's all right. It's all right.
I mean, yeah, Benny's definitely like the most
The best.
notable one.
He's the best. Yeah.
I don't even think he's the best rapper. I think
You tweaking.
Griselda is Boldy James is the best rapper out of all of them. I
Tweaking.
feel like they would say that too, but I would love to produce for Boldy James, Earl. And Danny Brown. Like that's if I ever get a beat with Danny Brown, I might retire. I'm not gonna retire.
Damn.
But I'd just be like, damn, I did it. Like that's
the I made it moment.
yeah,
that's
like,
raw.
That if I ever get Danny Brown to if I ever collab or even just get to if he ever just shouts me out or something, I'd be like, God damn it, I did it.
Like I fucking made
I
it,
did
bro.
this for you. This my whole career is off of it.
That's awesome,
Trying to
bro. That's cool as
shoot.
fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I really appreciate the circle I have now. Like I want to keep working with these people. My idea is to have an individual tape for each person that's on there.
Right.
So, at least for each person that's on there now, I got at least 3+ songs.
Right.
In the vault, or like with someone like 7, we got like 20.
Right. Depending on who you are, shit, a
right.
tape can be 3-4 songs.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that shit goes. This tape is just solidifying my name in the rap game to some extent.
For sure.
Feel that.
So I'll be my first. Will always be my first. So
That's awesome as fuck, bro. That's awesome. I think we can wrap it up here. Tell the people where to find you, where they can get all your information.
yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at real.kenny.black. Black Talk comes out next Friday, July 1st, 2022 on all platforms. So
Gang.
yeah, check me out.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Thank y'all so much for checking us out. Obviously, if y'all haven't already hit that subscribe button, go ahead and subscribe. If you're somewhere else, hit the follow button. If you're listening, whatever, leave a comment. And we will catch y'all next time. Thank y'all so much. We out. Peace.